All right. And I think if nobody else has any questions, we're just going to jump right in. Y'all ready?
Okay.
Okay. So, first question is just to talk a little bit about what who FIC is and what do we do. So, can somebody define FIC and talk a little bit about who we are?
FICC stands for Freehold Intergenerational Community Council, and we're a group of volunteers of all different ages, as you can tell if you're looking at us, who see the problems and the possibilities of the community from very different perspectives. And there's a lot of training that goes on. During the training, we get to know the talents and the desires and the passions of the different members. And so when we start to attack a question or a problem, you almost know who to go to. And people can gather together in a small group and they can work on it. So it's just here to help assist the powers that be in place to be successful in the community and to help the health and the well-being and the safety of the community, and also to mobilize the people to accomplish what needs to be accomplished.
I love that, Marilyn.
That was good.
And anything to add from anybody else? Who is FIC and what do we do?
Well, I would say FICC is us. You know, it's who we are. It's who's in this video. It's the people that are gonna come together and and be team oriented and use our talents, gifts, skills, and abilities to make our environment a better place to live, a healthier environment for not only for us, but for today and tomorrow. And we are an ever growing a group of people from different walks of life with the same agenda, which just lines up with FICC and what Marilyn said.
I love that.
Also, what makes FICC so influential within the Freehold community is the diversity amongst the members, regarding age and also ethnicity and background. And like Marilyn said, we're all allowed to share different perspectives with the shared goal of shaping the community in better ways.
I love that. How do you guys see, I'm sorry, did I cut you off?
I was going to say, because of the diversity and because of the age difference and everything, it makes it possible for us to actually represent the people. It's not just a policy that comes down and now you have to do this. It's empathy.
It's true. This is great, by the way, like good first starting kickoff. A couple people were able to answer and you guys are along the right track and it's authentic. So it's great. Let's see. Can someone tell me the difference within our leadership training? What are some activities that FICC has worked on identifying different skill sets that we all have?
I would say the recent one we did, which was the poster board about the community, because because everyone used their own skills, like designing, like art, like putting things together, ideas, all of that, just to make this like one thing and to be able to help the Freehold community.
I love that. Anyone else? What kind of skills do the members at FICC have that help us in our monthly trainings?
Well, I think that the skills that we have are the skills that we've identified. We've identified our strengths, our weaknesses, and then we've partnered up with other people from different age groups and walks of life that can help build us up in our weaknesses, and we help build them up in theirs. And together, when we work on groups, when you put us in groups, we work well together because we have every part of the vision covered with strengths and weaknesses and visions and creativity.
Yeah.
And they complement one another. And like my big weakness would be technology, but we could ask Miguel and he could tell us how to do it.
Oh, definitely. That's right. And
Yeah, and I
so,
feel like, oh, sorry, go ahead.
oh no.
Um, like, for example, many of us are good at public speaking, and like the council meetings allow us to speak in a comfortable environment and share our ideas, and then others are able to actually execute those ideas into the community based on networking and connections that we have. And those like those skills are able to be developed during meetings as well.
Absolutely.
Well
Absolutely.
said.
And more importantly, what I like about FICC is that we work with, think about diversity, a lot of Spanish people. And when we translate things from English to Spanish, first of all, I like to see the joy on the Spanish speaking people's faces because we're including them. Also, I'm learning different words in Spanish that I never knew before. And so, there's so much to learn just from each other and just coming together and growing together.
Yeah, I feel like diversity is like a big part of this project because how everyone can relate and how we all come together just like to help the community. Because in the community, like especially Freehold, there's a big majority of it is Hispanic, and there's obviously other ethnicities, but it's also good that we can like help other people understand. And also for NCTH / the FICC website, we're currently working on like making colorblind modes, like people who can't like read, like blind people with like text to speech. And honestly, because it's such a big, important part of our life and Freehold, it should be allowed to be given to like all people with disabilities and other languages.
Other thing is that as a Latin American, I could identify the needs of the families and help them to get the resources in the Freehold area. So the families are really familiar with me, and because I speak Spanish, it's easy for me to communicate and help them out to meet the needs with the resources in Freehold.
I love that. And I'm glad that you said that, Doris. So you feel like you're building trust within the community because you're making it comfortable, safe, and relatable for the families. So talk about that piece, but in the intergenerational model. Why is it important to have an intergenerational connectedness in a community like Freehold? And that can be for anyone. That's not just for Doris, but what she said reminded me that, building trust is so important, and
Yes,
to
absolutely.
have intergenerational trust built is beneficial in so many ways. So why is it important to have an intergenerational initiative to help strengthen Freehold?
I would like to start with that because when I look at Marilyn and her maturity, I say to myself, my gosh, she's a wealth of knowledge and a wealth of history that she can bring forth to someone like not only myself, but to Miguel. She knows things that we don't even know. She knows about like cooking and we know about microwaving. Okay. So you see what's in between. So there's so much that we can learn from her that we can apply to today to make, tomorrow better. I also love the fact that I can learn from Annabelle because I know she's a concert pianist that was at Carnegie Hall. I mean, like, I only know Benny and the Jets, and that's just one little thing. There's so much I can learn from everyone. Everyone here has so much to offer in so many different avenues, and that's important. I mean, we're like a I don't know, like a gumbo. We're like potluck on a Friday, and I love that. And so that's why it's so important, because Miguel is a master, tech person. He's an iMac genius. So I need him. Maybe Marilyn may need him too. So we all need each other. We all have a golden nugget in us that if we all put it together, we can have like this golden mountain, and we can just be so phenomenal within our community and help our community be, I don't know, whatever the highest mountain there is. And the paramount of the paramounts. So I think it's great that, how much we can learn from one another.
Also, our age empowers us with so many skills that are so evident when we have these council meetings. Like, our seniors have lived experience. They're able to share what they've seen and lived through, and the history, which is all things that we need to carry with us in the future of the community. The middle-aged people are actively working. They're adults. Like, they are the ones most able and adept at creating change in today's world, and the youth are the future. So they have the most ahead of them, and getting an early start is such an advantage for us to create change for the future. But what makes FICC so amazing is that it's inclusive of all, and the main message is that age should not like hold us back in any way, because we're each able to be leaders in different ways in each of our different walks of life.
Also, we don't want anybody to feel like they're left out. So if somebody is sitting and doesn't understand what's going on, there's somebody who can probably speak their language. I don't know if we've discussed it, but I bet between the however many there are now, 12 or 13, there are probably a lot of languages.
As member of FICC and working in Freehold community, I could say most of the families, they like to get in touch with me because I have been working since 2020, and they know, like, when they come with me, I will help them to get the benefits of the sorry, get the benefits of what they're looking for. And if they need any support, I will there with them anytime. And sometimes could be health issues, could be law issues. I could help them anytime.
That's good. I'm glad you said that too, because making a healthy community, making a healthy freehold, it doesn't just mean going to the doctors, right? Being healthy means having access to health appointments, being safe in the community, feeling included, having access to education, um, not being isolated by any means, whether it's because of your age or your background. So keeping in mind that all of those things make a healthy freehold. How do you see FICC helping to create a healthy freehold?
I remember last council meeting, Elizabeth shared story about her experience facing lupus, and that really, it honestly inspired me. Her resilience inspired me, but also it made me feel grateful for the health that I have, and so it inspired me to want to promote access to healthcare within the community for all.
Another thing is people may not even be aware, like Doris was just telling us, if somebody has a need or hasn't heard of whatever is available, if we go to them or if we make it known, it could be entertainment, it could be a dinner at the church on the corner, it could be the garden, maybe they had a huge harvest and everybody's welcome to come fill a bag or whatever. But if we get the information to them, it's hard if you feel like you got left out of stuff.
Yeah. Anybody else want to share, how does FICC help to make a healthy freehold? Or how can FICC help to create a healthy freehold?
We were discussing this last meeting, how people, like if they're immigrating or any other reasons, like lost a house due to like money issues or family or relationship, whatever, they might not have access to clothing, let alone money. And so what we were planning last time was thinking of making a mobile clothing drive kind of thing, where you could don't where like kind of like the mobile pantry where there's like a big truck with food, but it would be the same thing for clothes, and you can also like donate clothes there and also and get clothes.
That's a great idea.
Also, the vaccines, it needs to be known that vaccines are available. I think that people do know, but it could be a help. 2 years ago, I went to all the churches on Main Street and gave a little pitch for the vaccines, and then they came after church the next week or so to vaccinate the people.
So using your voice and advocating. So that's one way FICC. So FICC can help advocate for different programs and changes that are much needed in the freehold community.
Also,
Yeah.
like a lot of our members are like active community leaders outside of FICC. And for example, for me, like I work with members of the VNA to promote their navigation system, which is also part of like Monmouth Acts. And essentially like I'd be looking to do that in all of Monmouth County, but like particularly in Freehold too, which the navigation system is a resource. It's like a phone number which anyone can call, and it connects them with whatever kind of health resource they're looking for. But sometimes it's difficult, especially for underprivileged people, to find the resources they need for like to access health, or sometimes it's difficult to communicate when you have a language barrier. So this allows someone to kind of guide you through the process and follow up with you. And I think it's a wonderful resource that I'm looking to promote within all areas of Monmouth County.
All right, anything else to add about how FICC can make a healthier freehold? All right. Oh, Stephanie, I saw you take yourself off mute.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, there's so many things that FICC could help do within the community, like projects that I see all around. Like first of all, I was thinking, we need to see what we can do at Liberty Park. It's right around the corner from where I live. We can change that whole park and make it like a portion of it could be a dog run, so where the seniors can come and communicate and bring their dogs and make new friends. I also noticed that there's areas in Freehold that are nice and pretty with flowers, but there's also areas that are very seedy, and it's around the areas where there are senior citizen buildings, like behind like Throckmorton Street, and we can do some beautiful flower beds and things of that nature. And I think we could, if we put our heads together, we can do things that will only take our it'll take our energy and our time, but not so much, not so much funds that it would, ruin our pockets. But we do need money to do everything. But and then I just noticed that, when you're crossing the street in Freehold, when you cross the street, there's no beeping sign to let the seniors know that how many seconds that they have left to cross the street. You know how they do in Florida? And it'd be great if we can use our voice and take that to the municipality and see if we can get those installed. But that would take money too.
And that's okay. I'm glad that you mentioned that because, we can talk about short-term goals and smaller projects, and we can also talk about long-term goals and bigger projects.
Right.
Marilyn, do you maybe want to talk a little bit about some of the ideas that we had for our first round of FICC, whether or not they came to fruition, but just like talking about some like short-term versus long-term goals that FICC had?
Sure. Like Emma had, the first one that we had suggested, Emma suggested bike racks to park bikes, because a lot of people don't have a car. And if you rode your bike to work, they wouldn't let you bring it inside, and it was not safe. So they were going to put one, and I think they've put them up, haven't they? So that would be a good thing. I thought of a bulletin board, and I was just thinking, like, where you put two boards together and you just stand it up and you write on the board what it is that's going on, so that when people come in or out of town, they can see that. We talked about crosswalks and sidewalks in different areas. Then we talked about the community kitchen, which was to take advantage of fruits and vegetables that are in season to make healthy recipes and make food, and thus be able to take food home and make food for your family. And I have several small groups. That autumn apple salad is a favorite. I get it requested all the time. But anyway, that was a real good thing, and it's healthy and it gets people together, and that was intergenerational. A lot of people came and brought their mother or their daughter or their son or whoever, they brought somebody else, and that was good. And that can be done also by Zoom, so that people who are homebound can do it. There are a lot of things you can do by Zoom and include other people. If you've got 7 children or a sick spouse or child, you can't go out to meetings, but you can do it at home, which is good. We also talked about a park. Are they working on the park?
I think they have plans in the works. I don't know how far they've gotten.
And new picnic tables with an awning over at Liberty Park, and working with the 2 community gardens that are in the city. So
Also,
sorry, go ahead.
Also, last community meeting, we spoke about how we can be more inclusive of seniors within the Freehold community, which has a lot to do with creating, again, a healthy community, because inclusivity creates a healthy community, and also health is associated with education. And so we're specifically talking about how we can include seniors or involve seniors more in like the education system of Freehold. And so our idea was to create some kind of storytelling opportunity for seniors to share what like life was like during the 60s or something like that, to give the youth more insight on the things that they may be learning in school and certain perspectives that they can take with them in the future. And it also, like, being inclusive of seniors probably means a lot to them because it improves their quality of life. It gives them a purpose.
That's right.
And so I think that was another great idea we had.
Should I tell about my other idea for school children and seniors?
Sure.
Did I tell you about that? I used to live in Mesa, Arizona, and we had a nursing home just about 3 blocks from the school.
Yes.
And so
I remember that.
I had children at the school, and so we made up a program where the kindergarten class, at first it was 1 day a month, and then I think it was 2 days a month, would go up to the nursing home, and they paired each child up with somebody who didn't have any visitors or whatever, and we were in the great room. And some of them paired up and lasted, and they stayed the grandchild until either the resident died or till they graduated. I mean, they just stuck it out and stuck with the program. And that was such a good thing on both sides.
Yeah, making those connections between the different ages. Yep. All right, let's see what else I have here. Oh, sorry, go ahead, Doris.
I think FICC could have like a small health events in pre-health community, because will help with families who have low income. If we have like some like skin cancer screen, like cholesterol, it's something like that. And with a VNA health group there in the community in Freehold, is going to help us to reach out a lot of families.
I like that. All
We
right.
could
I
also
think-
do, can't we do like Zoom meetings? Like, can't FICC, we can identify the seniors in the areas and they could find out what, like I know a lot of senior citizens that crochet, and maybe they can teach us how to crochet, have like little meetings, and we can, at like the Presbyterian Church, they have that whole venue available. I know that I was there doing the serving food to the low-income people 2 weeks ago, and they rent that portion of that church out, and we could have like little classes there. Like we talked about having tea events, tea parties. We talked about having little fashion shows where the older women can come and wear their hats, because the best dressed woman always wore a hat back in the day. Men and women didn't leave their homes without a hat on. You know, we can do things like that, or even show old movies and bring the senior citizens out and show the movies from the 40s, 50s that were very popular back then. Those are some of the things that FICC can organize like right away.
And those long-term relationships that are built will help shape changes in Freehold for sure, and reduce social isolation. I think I have one last question for you all. And how will FICC make decisions together about the things that they want to do? Maybe someone can talk a little bit about that as it relates to, identifying our skills that we have, then learning about the ones we want to gain, and how within our own skills and development, how we'll choose projects, like how will we decide?
I think you would make a list of possible projects, and everybody's welcome to contribute. Then you brainstorm a little bit about it, and then maybe even divide up into groups and see if you can figure out how to actually apply it to the situation at hand. And then bring it back to the group and discuss it and decide. You have to kind of decide on 1 or 2 projects that you're going to be working on. And then you probably have to present it to the city council. Somebody else, unless we can just do it. If it's just a matter of going door to door, knocking on doors, we could set that up, I suppose, without the city council, as long as we have good identity and we can do it.
I like Marilyn saying FIC could make a list. We make a list and what's important right now that we can achieve right now. Let's do something small and then just graduate up to something larger. And go according to the seasons. Perhaps something like that. And, we agree to disagree, but we will all agree that we need to put ourselves to the side and do what's best for the seniors and the community and a better lifestyle for the seniors and everyone at large in Freehold Borough.
Yeah, I think it's a matter of first coming up with a bunch of ideas, which we all have the brain power, the collective brain power to do. And then next it's analyzing how effective, like which would be most effective for the community, given that each of us has limited time and resources. So pursuing one or two of those projects and really going all in, and then assessing how able we are to actually accomplish those. And also choosing the ideas that every one of us can contribute to in some way or another.
I like that.
Another thing that we did, we couldn't go door to door because of the pandemic, but we could make phone calls. We had a little notebook, and it had a paper for information about interviews that we had, and we'd go to a specific person and ask them what's their favorite thing about the community and what's the thing they feel needs the most help. And it was pretty consistent, and that helped us to decide on the projects. So that would have to be done before we put in our own ideas.
Yes. Okay.
It's also a way to recruit.
Yes, yes, yes. Might have gotten a few extra members that way. All right, this is all fantastic. We've hit a lot of really great key points. I know that Karen and Helica and Elizabeth aren't necessarily on camera, but I just wanted to give them the opportunity to even just have their voice heard. And if there's anything that we were talking about that you wanted to add to, or anything that we didn't talk about, but you thought might be helpful for our discussion and our application, I want to just open the floor now to say, speak up. We'd love to hear from you. Any input is good input.
Sorry, it took me forever to unmute myself. I was gonna say that all ideas are so great, and yeah, what Mary mentioned last about the, listening. The next lesson's gonna be about. Well, you already had the lesson about listening skills, and you're gonna be talking about going on, listening to the what the community needs, because we all have great ideas, but what the community needs is very important. Listening to them and going out there, and so what you're all doing is great. And historically, speaking, the needs has been out there, but the voice they haven't been heard. And you are the ones that actually getting the voice out. You are the one represent the FICC members. You are actually getting the voice out, and as you're gonna be actually also recruiting, you are getting more people to be vocal. So that's what I have to say. That that you're doing a great job by coming up with all these great ideas, putting all your skills together and making an impact and change, bringing the voices, putting, the needs, fulfilling those needs of our community, listening to them, and all that great stuff. So thanks for what you're doing. I'm sorry, I'm driving, so I'm gonna leave it here.
That's okay, Angelica. Thank you for participating, and thank you just be safe. Thank you for your input. Hi, Lisbeth.
Hi, how are you guys?
Good.
Okay, so I hear everything and I was very happy about it because I see that you guys have a great ideas. in everything. You guys think in absolutely everything, and I believe that we are a team, that we are ready for it, that we are ready to share our experience, what we have to give to others. So that's amazing. We are a team that we are ready for it, and we are ready to make a change. And I think we can do it. I don't know if you guys think the same way, but I think we can do this. We can make a better future. We can make this happen.
Love that.
And I also wanted to say that's the beauty of FICC, that we are also different, but we have the same goal to make Freehold a better place to live for our kids, for ourselves, and for everyone.
Well said, Karen. Thank you. All right, any final thoughts? All right, I just want to say that, it's after hours. You guys spend time on the weekends with us. Here you are doing something that was never included in your original application process to become FICC members. And the second I said there was a need for something, you all just raised your hand. So for that, I have to just say job well done and thank you. I can never give back to you what you give to not only Neighborhood Connections, but the whole Freehold community with all these types of projects and discussions that you have. But just know that it's appreciated, and like Angelica said, just great job. And Angelica, I know you're not like on camera, but I hope you can hear me that without your leadership, we would not be able to keep pushing this forward. And we really value you as well. Thank you.
Yeah. Yay.
All right,
Yay.
one last request I
I
have
just
from all
want
of
to
you.
add something.
Okay, go.
Sorry. I guess the members we are here in the FICC team, we really enjoy and we love to work for the Freehold community. And I guess when you're saying like, could be Saturday, could be after hours, that saying matter because we love the Freehold community and we really have passion to work for them. And if any members of the families in Freehold area, they are reaching for assistance, for help, we are going to be for them.
And it
I
shows.
did know that. I second that endorsement for FICC.
Yeah, I do too.
Well done, everybody. Okay, if you're strong in your faith, I'll ask you to say a prayer for our application to be comprehensive and easy to understand, and for our funders to consider us strongly when they're picking a winner so that we can win this $250,000 for Freehold.
Oh,
I'll say if you're not, strong in your faith, but you believe that, karma comes around, then try to just throw out good vibes to the universe, and hopefully we'll get it back and win this award together.
that's right.
All right.
I think we will get it because everybody is, again, we are passionate about this. We really want to work with the community. And I think like they will see that we are going to make a changes in the Freehold community.
Freehold will know who FICC is in 2024 in a big way. Watch out, Freehold. FICC is here and we're here to stay. And to every senior citizen out there, we're bringing you out. So get your dancing shoes on. That's all I have to say.
When does the
Good mic
application go
drop.
in?
That's a good mic drop statement, Stephanie.
Yep.
What were you going to say, Marilyn?
When does the application go in?
The application goes in on June 3rd. So we're spending, I have another interview with Asia Michael, the superintendent of the schools, via Zoom at 5:30 tonight. She'll talk about her piece in the schools. Angelica is going to get interviewed tomorrow. And then Sergeant Santana will be interviewed tomorrow. Then we have a couple lined up on Friday. So we're spending the rest of the week lining up the interviews. And then over the weekend and early next week, Isaiah is gonna edit everything. So once we have it all finalized in a big packet, I promise that you will all have a chance to see what it looks like. Because I want everybody that was involved in the project to be able to see it. And then
Make us
June 3rd, we send it.
make us look better.
Isaiah, Isaiah has a knack for that. So he will definitely make us all look and sound really good.
That's awesome. That's great.
All
I
right,
feel like our
everybody.
commitment to this group really shined through today. And everyone's like thoughts, you could tell were genuine.
Yes.
Yes, we have a fabulous group.
Yes,
All
we
right,
do.
thank you again, everybody. Try and steal some time back with your family and friends tonight. Enjoy the nice weather, and we'll see you all soon. Thanks
All right,
again.
see you
Thank you.
later.
Yeah.
Bye.
Thank you.